All right. Okay, so we know that when people are going through a breakup, they're going through a divorce. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it can be like a lot of little things that end up being kind of the final straw.
Yeah.
But I think the little things are symptoms
Of something underneath.
of a bigger thing, and it just happens to be the timing. That's the thing that pushes you over, right?
Yeah.
So it's usually not that, they leave the lights on or whatever, leave the toilet seat up. That is just the thing that's the catalyst after a series of just a lot of conflict building up.
Right.
Of bigger things.
Totally.
And so we're going to be talking about divorce today, and you can also apply that as a breakup, right? Mm-hmm. For those that are not married.
Not I.
Dissolution of a partnership. So we're gonna get into some of the bigger stuff, but I want to get into some of the smaller stuff with you right now.
Let's go.
What are some relationship rage triggers, on the day to day, the little mundane shit that can set you off?
Talks during movies.
Fuck that.
Terrible.
Fuck that.
Literally, especially if you got one thing to say where you're like,
Yeah.
that's fine, but people will literally, they'll talk. I can't. You're fired. You're canceled out of my life. We can't even be friends.
Mom. Yes. Correct.
Carol.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
No, I'm with you, because number one, if you're not the one who's talking, but you're being talked at,
yeah,
you're like, now we're those people. And then number two, when you're now thinking about how you're those people, you're not paying attention to the movie.
Right.
You're like, oh my God, we're those people. And then you've missed significant plot points.
I can't stand it.
Right?
I can't stand it.
It's the worst. And then also, when I'm being asked what's happening, I don't fucking know. I haven't watched this movie before. I'm watching it for the first time.
I know.
Remember how we bought tickets for a movie that just got released?
Totally.
How do I know what's happening?
Yeah.
I did not work on this film.
Right.
So
I
I'm with
hate
you.
that too. I also hate when there's hair in the drain or the sink and they just leave it there.
It's so gross.
They leave it there.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, you did this, and now you're looking at the aftermath. Doesn't it look gross to you? And you just think, meh.
Looks
and
gross
you
to
leave
me.
It,
It's so gross. Hair is just generally so gross.
makes you want to vomit.
Yep.
Okay, now you do your two now.
Okay, wait, do you have a third?
Well, I kind of when you secretly watch ahead on a show that you're supposed to be watching together.
Oh,
that
jump
ticks me
when
off.
someone jumps.
And don't fake it with me.
No, don't. You'll know, because you'll see their body
know.
language when they're watching that.
I'll know.
You did not jump enough. Mm-hmm. That was scary as shit. You did not jump enough.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, we made a deal. We watch it together.
No. Yeah.
What's going on here? I mean, it's and if
That's
you don't
a breach of contract right there.
Thank you. And
Oral
if you don't,
contract.
if you don't, tell me the truth about it, that makes it even worse because it's just a TV show.
Right. What else are you lying to me about?
Thank you.
Okay. One of my big ones is do not clap when the airplane lands. Don't fucking clap.
Sometimes, though, it's a really scary landing. It's like, glug, 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 and then you're like, thank God we made it.
Okay, that I'll give a little bit of a concession to.
I'm with you, though.
But the clapping on landing, number one, some people's Xanax is wearing off. They don't need jarring sounds coming at them. Number two, how do we know that the pilots don't find it patronizing? Guys, I'm just doing my job. I'm just doing my job. Let's not make a big fucking deal. Or even worse, they're like, I didn't really do it. The computer landed the plane, and now I have imposter syndrome. Just chill out, guys.
Because it's auto.
Just chill out.
Here's the thing. I'm like, well, pilot, if it was really turbulent, which I know you can't control, but sometimes it's it's torture.
Yeah.
And then when it very specifically happens if you're flying from LA to Vegas or back.
Oh, yeah.
It is the
We
most
drive.
you literally think you're going to die.
Always.
And so when you are on the ground, some people are like, oh.
Yeah, but guys, just maybe keep it in.
I get
Maybe
it.
save it for the rental
Clap
car.
on the
Save
inside?
it for the rental car line or
Okay.
whoever's picking you up, and you can tell them all about it.
Yeah.
But we don't need it. We need to get out, get our bags, and go.
Okay, here's what we'll do. The deal is, if somebody else starts it, it's okay to join in, but your person cannot.
No, I won't join in. I'm not joining in. I'm not encouraging. I'm not encouraging this behavior.
But what if it was terrible? Erica? The fight
That
was
I said I will
terrible.
give concessions in rare situations.
Okay.
My second one is do not pre-treat laundry and then have our family, you know who I'm talking about, walking around with stained clothes. You know what that says? It sends a message. We've given up. We don't care.
I'm with you.
We're failing and flailing.
Yeah, I don't feel that strongly about pre-treating, but maybe I should now. And maybe I have been walking around with stained clothes.
Nope, never seen
Erica
it. I've never seen
Ebar
it. Nope, never seen it. See
hasn't
it on
told
Ben,
me.
see it on my kids, see it on my clothes. Never seen it on you.
Okay.
I know. Listen,
And I've
I
got
know,
it.
and
I've
I
got it
know how
handled.
I've seen you when you eat and you and I'm
it's
with
a
you. We're both
disaster.
animals.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen you walk onto a scene with stained clothes. It's
No.
clearly because you
If
were
that stain won't
negligent
come out,
in
I'm
the
throwing it
washing
out.
process.
It's going in the trash.
It's going in the trash. I know it. And then my last is, do not clean the actual sink with the sponge that you clean the dishes with.
Ew!
Thank
Erica, who does that?
I'm not going to name names, Ben. I've had to call him on it many times.
You do not do that
I thank you.
at all, ever.
God, the feeling of validation is so validating.
Gross.
So gross.
Dude, I'm telling you, yeah, that's the little thing that goes, you might be looking at divorce papers, sir.
I know. Well, you'll know what did it. You'll know what did it.
We sure will.
All right.
Should
Let's
we
drop into this podcast
Let's do it. Well, welcome to the Rage Pod
where we rage against the serene.
and all the things in between. I'm here with Ebar.
And I'm here with the Tara Erickson.
I like how you added the.
I think I might do it a lot.
It's
do
good.
It a lot. Mm-hmm.
Friendy Wendy's also here. She's going to be chiming in.
Oh, really quick. I want to get this out of the way. A Wrong But Strong. There was an episode we did where we talked about the floods in Texas. We referenced the Texan governor. I very confidently said Jim Abbott. Jim Abbott is a famous pitcher for the Angels. The governor of Texas is Greg Abbott. So apologies to Jim Abbott and his family. We can move on.
Well done. Well done. Wrong but strong.
Wrong
That
but
concludes
strong.
this segment of Wrong But Strong.
It was
It
good.
will come up many times.
It's really good. It's really good. All right. Well, you got to tease him though, because we do got Cunt of the Week coming up later, and you got to tease him with a little bit of that. But if you've forgotten, Cunt of the Week stands for courageous, unapologetic,
Notorious
terrible woman /man /they them /animal, whatever you want.
Yes, I mean it could be a paperweight. We don't care.
We don't care.
So our cunt of the week, I'm just gonna say this.
Yeah.
Is a badass artistic mudslinger. And
Wow.
we'll leave it at that.
All right, leave it.
Okay.
Let's freaking rock and roll. We also got the Rage Hotline
Yeah, we
coming
do.
up. And if you
Friendly
guys
Wendy.
haven't left us, she's going to let you know what number to call in the email.
213-293-5995. You can also send us an email at rage@theragepod.com or shoot us a DM.
And Friendy Wendy's available for FIO gigs. That was perfect.
It was very good and soothing.
And just so you know, if you all aren't aware, Friendy Wendy is our incredible producer who chimes in with probably the most insightful content on this podcast.
Yeah,
I don't
let's
think
be
that's
honest.
I don't think
know why
that's debatable at all.
She's not on camera, but she's not. Really, we should be switching
Really,
places.
we should be never heard. And it should
I
just
agree.
be Friendy
I
Wendy.
agree. Put us in the corner.
Absolutely not.
absolutely.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
She just said absolutely not. Okay, let's
do it.
All right, so we're gonna check in with our good friend,
Friendy Wendy on the old Rage Hotline.
You've reached the Rage Hotline. Please leave us a message.
Beep.
We got a call. Here it is.
What's up, ladies? Rage Pod. I got your number off the Instagram. My beef is about all my DoorDash deliveries. And they give me my food, we have our interaction, but then a lot of them would turn around and be like, yo, give me 5 stars. And it's like, bruh, I was already going to give you 5 stars. That wasn't something I think about. but now you're demanding it from me. Well, now I have to analyze whether that was a 5-star interaction. Maybe you didn't smile enough. Anyways, I gotta pick up Samantha, but yeah, chilling.
Why do we need to know that he's picking up Samantha?
I don't know.
Why? Like, you can just leave. Like, that's the whole point of leaving a voicemail. You don't need to share that information.
I actually really liked it, and I hope that he calls back multiple times and lets us know who you're picking up. Because what if it's not Samantha every time?
Or can we get follow-ups on Samantha?
Absolutely.
What she's doing.
What
she
is she
becomes
doing?
a big part of this podcast.
Yeah, like, where are you taking her?
Yeah.
Like, what are you picking her up for? Is it like a doctor's appointment, or are you taking her to Disneyland? Is it a date, or is it something like a
who
snooze
is Samantha
fest?
to you?
Call us
Exactly.
back. Call us back and let us know. Keep
Yes,
us
please.
posted. Keep us posted.
We got to know. And you know what? I actually do kind of agree with him on that, because it's like, don't come in my face and be like, give me 5 stars. I find it really annoying. I just rented a car because my car went to crap. And like, they Enterprise keeps like texting me. And then you're on a call being like, listen, you guys sent me the wrong bill. And they're like, yeah. And also, by the way, at the end of every call, and I've had to call them 10 times. By the way, we're going to get, you're going to get what do you call it?
Survey.
Yeah, you're going to get a survey.
That's going to take up more of your time.
And we really hope that you'll give us 10 stars. And I'm like, yeah, I'll give you whatever the fuck you want. Let's just
you'll
get
leave
this
me alone.
done. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I think there's like something, okay, I get it. This DoorDash or whoever, like they're trying to make as much money as possible. They keep up their stars. They're going to, get more orders and whatever. But there's something about like inflicting that requirement of somebody to do that's like really unappealing.
It's going to push you opposition reflex. You're like, well, now you've told me. Fuck off. I'm going the other way.
But you guys, what about when we tell people to like, follow, subscribe?
Yeah, I bet it's fucking annoying.
It's annoying.
I bet it's really fucking annoying.
But we
Please
gotta
like
remind
and
them.
subscribe
Like,
to the
comment,
Rage Pod
subscribe.
at all platforms.
Yes.
But yeah, no, I mean, it's true. Like, I know, and this is like the idealized version of a customer service call, but when someone gives me really good customer service, I like proactively want to help them.
Me too.
And then it's like, what can I do? What can I do? And
Me
then
too.
that's the best, but that's obviously not going to happen all the time. And they're being pressured to get these stars. So it's like, I get it, but it is also annoying.
It's annoying. You know what I'll tell you? I had a Target delivery. I get my groceries from there. The groceries were left at my door because, just by the way, Target has the cheapest produce and meats. Left at my door. I pick it up, and then there's a card laying there. It says Tara E. And I'm like, what the heck? This must fell out of my mail. I open it up. It's from the DoorDasher, and it says, thank you so much for shopping with me.
Oh, that's nice.
Signed his name.
That's really
That
nice.
was the sweetest thing you
That
could do.
is
He
nice.
puts in, he doesn't just deliver.
goes the extra mile.
He has to go on like 5 stops before he gets to my house. Like, I see in the tracker, and I'm like, that means he's writing cards to all of them.
And he has to purchase the cards, right? He
yeah,
has to have
he's
and the
got to
pen
pay for the
and
thank
the
you
cards.
cards and the pen, and it had an envelope around it. Give me a break.
Yeah, that is going the extra
That's
mile.
nice.
Wow.
I support him.
Again, I
5
don't-
stars.
5 stars, baby.
5 stars for you.
Don't even have to ask me for it. 5 stars.
Calligraphy.
All
Let's
right.
go it.
All right, guys, we put a call out on our Instagram stories to find out what made people rage this week. And this is what people wrote in. ICE recruiting with bonuses and annual salaries that should be what we pay teachers.
Oh, hallelujah. Okay, I had an iced latte today and I felt so much excitement because I fucking hate ice in every single way.
Yeah.
Get out of my drink and get out of my fucking city. And I just had this thought. I took the ice out, so it was just a cold latte, no ice. And I was like, yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Okay, and Jeff says work, healthcare, and the sadist who came up with serving sizes.
Wait, what?
Like, the serving sizes are too small for him.
I don't know. Jeff, you need to be more specific. Is
they're
it
too
too big,
small.
too small?
I don't think anybody's going to say it's too big because you can take it home. He's probably thinking it's too small.
We'll see.
Wait
Jeff,
a
let us
minute.
know.
Is this about the size of what you're eating, or is he upset that, like, when you look on the nutritional label, that the serving size? Do you know what I'm saying?
Maybe.
Because he's talking about health, like
Work and healthcare.
work and
Work,
healthcare,
healthcare,
and so
serving
maybe
size.
he's like,
Yeah, because serving size of Oreos, you eat 2 of the sleeves, obviously. I'm not keeping it to 5 Oreos.
And then
Right.
that's your those are your calories for the whole day.
Yeah.
And then here's my rage with serving size is it's not uniform. Like if you go look at cereal and you pick out one box, it should just be, it's always based on 1 cup or half a cup.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's like, well,
It's
3/4 of a
double.
cup here, and then
Three-
it's like a half a cup here.
I agree.
And they do it to fuck with you, so you don't know.
I want the equivalent of what I need to do to burn off the calories of that serving size. So if I'm going to eat 2 sleeves of Oreos, I want to know how long I have to go on the Peloton to cancel it out.
So you need to have a biosensor on that box of Oreos so that they can take in all of your information to let you know that answer.
Okay, well,
Yeah. Ask ChatGPT.
Yeah,
Chatty will know.
Just
Chatty
chat
will know.
it. Just chat,
Chat
it.
it.
Chat it.
Just chat it.
Chat it. Do we have anything else from the rage?
that is it, you guys. So make sure to call in and let us know so we can talk about it.
And when we come back, we're getting divorced.
Are you pissed off? Do you have something you want to rage about? Call us on the hotline and tell us all about it at 213-293-5995. You can leave us a voicemail, send us a text, or shoot us an email at theragepod@gmail.com.
We are going to be getting divorced because we will be talking to the woman that is the divorce planner,
Yeah.
Alex Beattie.
She gets you through it. She's a divorce prep coach, founder of the Divorce Planner. She basically helps you to keep like burning a bunch of money because your ex, you know?
Yeah.
Like she keeps you from that because she gets you a plan to make you look ahead.
To prep instead of being in a paralyzed state going into a divorce.
Yep.
Yeah. I
And
love it.
we're so ready. We love her. She's great.
Yeah, and which is great because she always says money equals feelings, right? Or money.
Money equal feelings, does it?
What does she say?
I
She'll
feel
tell,
like,
guys, she's going to tell us in her own words.
yeah, because what if you don't have a lot of money, but you have a lot of feelings?
But I think that's her point is like financial equals feelings.
Yeah.
Whether it's a lot, a little, or
Oh,
in
it
the
really
middle.
does.
Yeah. It's
Anytime-
triggering of feelings.
Anytime somebody says money doesn't matter,
And then the shiver goes up her spine.
it makes life easier. I'll tell you that.
Yep.
All right,
Too much
so-
is a whole other thing. But okay.
Let's get into it.
Welcome, Alex. We are so happy to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to talk to you.
We want to know. Let's just get to it. We want to know what inspired you to become, the divorce planner that everybody in La La Land uses.
That is such a good question. Like most things, personal experience. So going through my own divorce, but actually before that, when I knew the shit was hitting the fan and I didn't know if we were going to stay together or if we were going to end up breaking up, I realized I was feeling really out of control, right? Because everything was unknown. So I decided to really focus on what was in my control. And that was kind of preparing for things to go either way. And so I started preparing for what if we do end up divorcing and what does that entail? What do I have to do?
Yeah.
And so I just started kind of dealing with it on a practical level, like administratively, gathering up paperwork and like documents and all that kind of stuff. Financial planning, really kind of fine tuning what my budget was, how much was coming in every month and going out, because one of the biggest triggers in the divorce process is money, and money equals feelings. So
See? I said that earlier.
She did.
I think I said emotions, but then we got back to feelings. But it's the same thing.
by doing that work, in addition to kind of dealing with all of the emotional triggers that were coming up, I really put myself in the best position that no matter what happened, and a lot of my clients come to me this way, they're not sure if divorce is what's next, but I knew whatever decisions I made were going to come from a place of really being present, knowing what I wanted, knowing who I was, and understanding if my partner and I were in alignment anymore, as opposed to, oh shit, how am I going to be able to afford to live, and what's going to happen to the kids, and all this other stuff, which can really influence a lot of decisions that people make about their lives, and completely understandable. But in order to really live a life that authentically aligns with who I am, which is what I advocate everybody to do, it just made sense for me to get all of the things that we're going to add to fear-based decisions taken care of.
So you had to get down to the nitty-gritty, boring shit. Like you're talking, I got to save my sanity, plan for the finances, but also worry about self-care before I can worry about the rest. Because you're saying if you put yourself in the forefront, then you'll really know like what you want at the end of the day to carry through with that divorce and the kids and all that.
I love that you brought up self-care because, you know, it is a really important component, obviously, of any kind of balanced life. But when you're going through any kind of life challenge, divorce, anything else, people lose jobs, people get sick, all of it. If you're not actively building strength and resilience by investing in yourself and your mental health with the shit everyone always talks about, exercise, journaling, getting out into nature, experiencing awe, mindfulness, all of that kind of stuff, you're not going to be able to get through hard times as best as possible.
Right.
And decision making suffers from that. And people end up making emotional decisions rather than kind of
practical ones,
Exactly.
which can help your emotions. And I think something that you touched upon at the beginning, which is obviously of a lot of interest to us, as you said, you felt out of control when you were, looking at a pending divorce. Mm-hmm. And, we obviously talk a lot about anger and rage here. And the core of so much anger and rage is feeling out of control. Mm-hmm. And so I think this is a really good example of how do you attack your rage? Well, let's first start with, okay, you feel out of control. How can we maybe take a beat and see how you can regain control? And that's it's like putting your clients in the driver's seat instead of feeling like a car crash is happening to them.
Yeah, 100%. And, what I do specifically with clients is literally prepare them practically, emotionally, financially, with everything they're going to need if they move forward with a divorce to give to a divorce attorney or a mediator so they can get to work. It's everything they need. So by doing that, you're already cutting down on like billable hours. You're also educating yourself and you are dealing with more knowns. But one of the kind of emotional side exercises I do with clients is getting them comfortable with the unknown, embracing that, because that's the name of the game of life. Like, all we have is this moment. And anytime we're kind of worried about what is going to happen or what could happen, that's anxiety based. And that's not actually being present in what is actually happening. And that's important because when you're going through a divorce, here's the thing. It's the end of a relationship. And everyone knows, sometimes for a season, sometimes for a reason. Sometimes relationships end. But then you also have to go through a legal process where you're basically kind of trying to nullify a partnership agreement, right? And so those two things don't go hand in hand. They don't feel good together.
Right.
So it's just about grounding yourself, understanding that shit's going to happen that's out of your control. So focus on what's in your control because that gives you a place of certainty in a time that feels really uncertain.
And freedom, too. When
For
you
sure.
know, like, what you can control, you're like, freedom. Like, I got this part. But the rest of it, the unknown, everybody's afraid of change, I think literally everybody. But, like, having you there to prep someone, just a prepper, then you're like, well, you kind of have a partner in crime a little bit, to get through the shit, to then take it to the professional and feel like you got your shit handled. Where you're like, listen, I already had Alex prep me. Let's rock and roll.
I love that you called me a prepper. I am a little
You
bit
are
of
a
a prepper.
prepper. Oh my
You're a
God. You have gallons of water and a flare gun.
I need a flare gun.
Oh my God, she doesn't have a flare gun, Erica. You gave her ideas.
Clearly, I'm not a prepper because I ran out of
ideas after
references,
two.
and I don't
She
think
said water and a flare gun.
And a flare gun isn't even that helpful. I don't think.
No, like what about batteries
And a knife.
flashlight?
A
Yeah,
hand
weapons.
Weapons.
For-
Okay.
I
Okay.
need
Speaking
weapons.
of weapons, oh my God, Friendy Wendy's propeller is going.
I saw it.
I wanted to say one thing before we move into Tara's and my divorce, which is going to happen.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I think you brought up, that it's like a business agreement. And I think something that happens with people is even though when they get married, they don't think of it this way. When you get a divorce, there's that contract element that feels like it might be cheapening the relationship. And we don't want to think about that part of it. Like, oh, we were just like part of a business deal. It's like, yes, but that's not your relationship, right? And I think maybe distinguishing between the two would help people that maybe are afraid of like looking at that.
After having gone through my own experience, I had completely shifted my view on a prenup. I think, look, I got engaged in my early 30s. And at that time, there was an idea of like, oh, if you have a prenup, that means you think the relationship's doomed. Or, oh, if you have a prenup, like, do you not really love me? Or, am I a number? Like, am I only worth so much? Like, what does that mean? And what I've learned over time and experience is a prenup is the most loving goddamn thing you can do before entering into a marriage. Because I think what a lot of people don't realize is if you don't have a prenup in place, then the laws of your state become your prenup.
Oh, God.
And most people don't get married, after they read what the divorce laws in their state are. So
no
you're
one's reading divorce laws when they're getting
Nobody's
married.
doing that.
No one's reading
Would you
those.
ever sign a contract without having an attorney look it over?
I mean,
Right.
what age? What age are you asking me? Would I do that?
Right here and now.
Oh, now, absolutely. I'd have 7.
Right.
7 attorneys.
Yeah, because it's a binding legal contract, right?
Yeah.
And so a relationship, an idea of wanting to build a future with somebody and signing a partnership agreement, they seem like they're two opposite things. But honestly, I think the most loving thing you can do is to sit down and have a prenup, because it's going to force you to have some really uncomfortable conversations. And those conversations tell you a lot about, are we in alignment? How do we feel about money? Oh, wait a minute, I didn't think about this. If we do have kids, somebody's probably going to have to sacrifice who's going to do
Yeah,
something.
your time and all that shit.
And it's going to give you so much more information about your relationship.
Yeah.
So as difficult as it might seem like something like that would be, it's one of the most important steps you could take, because it's going to inform what kind of relationship and partnership you're getting into and how you guys are going to navigate things as a married couple. Can we communicate? Can we hold space for each other? Can I understand somebody's coming from another point of view and then take the time to sit with that? And money, like I said, is everyone's idea of what it means and how to use it and what their goals are very different. And money is a big part of divorce. And, when we're more comfortable having these conversations, especially with people we're picking, the most important choice you make is like who you're going to partner with, like literally giving your life to
And
somebody
what
else
pet
to
you're going to
build.
rescue.
You know who needs her?
Too.
That's true.
You know who needs you? We're going to get to that. I just have to tell her. The McBee Dynasty, okay? It's a show on
Here we go.
Peacock. Here we go.
Here we
Now, listen
go,
up, listen
everyone.
up. Okay, there's three brothers and then the dad, but the dad, he's cuckoo bananas. He got divorced and like they didn't have a prenup and now he's dating 15 Russians. Nobody knows. It's chaos. The FBI's after him. Now listen.
Nobody knows, by the way, what we're talking about right now.
I know, but it's the
And
McBee
and
Dynasty.
I'm here for it.
When
here
you know,
for it.
you know, it's the reality show. Now listen, the one kid who is like the good kid, he has been with his girlfriend for 11 years and they have lived together. They're all on the ranch. Finally, he proposes after like all of this time. And then he tells his brother, he goes, I'm not going to do it. I don't think it's not going to be good for the relationship. They own 2 helicopters, 15 ranches.
Is
They
that
are
necessary, by the way? Just putting it out there.
It's $1 million, if not billion-dollar company that the brother is trying to go, we own a quarter of. And now if you were to break up with Allie, I believe her name is, she's going to be able to decide what the ranch is about. And that's not her job. She's a nurse. So I'm just saying, McBee Dynasty, they got to hook up with Alex, the divorce planner, because I'm telling you right now, I mean,
this could be a big client.
it could be. And
This
I
could
don't
be
know
a
if the
very
show
big
has
client.
ended, if the season has ended, but if it hasn't, we've got to, McBee, they've got to get
that
over
client's
here.
going to take all your time, though.
They
just
will.
so you know.
It's going to, you
You're a
won't have
dynasty.
any other clients. It's just going to be the McBee Dynasty.
We will be
They
meeting
need you.
over Zoom. I will not be on that helicopter.
I love
I'll tell you
that.
that right
Oh
now.
my God, but Alex, I want to go on the helicopter. Okay, fine. We have to move on.
Yes, and speaking of, I know we mentioned La La Land, but you brought up a good point. Like, you do sessions kind of with anyone, anywhere, right?
Yeah, I have clients all throughout the United States, and that's great, right? Like, that's one big positive thing that has happened since 2020 is we're all more comfortable meeting online, and it makes it really easy for everybody to have access to anybody at all times.
Right.
Yeah, one less boundary to prepping for your divorce.
Yeah.
Now, we talked about prenups. We're going to get into postnups in a little bit.
But we got to get divorced.
But we are getting a divorce. You brought up custody of of children, and this is so. I am coming to you. You need to leave.
I need to
because
leave.
This is my prepper.
She only does
It's not
one-
your fucking prepper.
She only
okay?
does. That's fine.
You can go watch B
Fuck
Dynasty,
off. I'll get my own
or
prepper.
you can go. You can go try to find
I'll
the
pay her
producer.
double. I'll
go
pay her
find
double.
the
She'll
producer
come
of
fucking
B
find me.
Dynasty, and
She'll
then you
come
get her
fucking
some
find me
business.
after your shit.
You get her some business. You get her that referral to B
me after
Dynasty,
your
and
shit.
then maybe she will
After
also
your
see
shit.
you. Tara and I were in love, and now we absolutely hate each other. Here's the thing. We share a cat together. Victor Hugo is an incredible part of our lives. Victor Hugo is so nice and loving. He makes Betty White look like a sociopath. So Tara brought Victor Hugo into the relationship. But I really feel like the past few years, I've been the main caretaker. I'm doing the litter. I'm doing the food shopping. I really want to keep Victor Hugo and the dissolution of our relationship, which has really degraded, I gotta say. How do I come about this? What do I do, Alex?
The best thing that you just did was you identified like what a priority was for you during
It's a
divorce.
huge one.
Yes, and taking time to go through everything that has to do with your life is really going to kind of clarify what things are really meaningful and what things you can kind of let go of, because the last thing you want to do is get hung up fighting over bullshit stuff. Your partner brought this little fur baby into the relationship. Now, you've been in a long-term relationship now, and you've both contributed to, the well-being and the
I mean, me more
the
than
health.
her, but yeah.
So this is something I would absolutely want to mediate over. Like, this is a point that you want to talk
okay.
about, and you want to offer some options, right? So
But
I
not
would
too many.
That's actually very true. Kind of like a toddler. It's like too many options.
She is like a toddler.
It's going to be like overload, and people shut down when there's
She
too many
treats our
choices.
relationship as a toddler would.
This is like why streaming is a problem, because too many choices.
Too many choices.
I just won't watch anything. But I would have you kind of come up with what your best case scenario would be.
Okay.
Is it 50-50, right?
It's 95-5. So when I go on vacation, she's available. The rest of the time, Victor Hugo is with me.
The goal when you're negotiating, and especially during mediation, even if it's attorney, driven, is equity. Equity is the name of the
Yep.
game. Everybody goes into a divorce or a split thinking, I just want what's fair. But fair is subjective.
95-5 is fair.
So you also are going to want to take into consideration, you already know your partner. You know how things are going to land. So in order for you to negotiate smartly, you need to prepare. And so you need to kind of come up with some options, understand that if you present that 95.5%, it's going to be a no-go. So what I tell people is, if you want to get here on your divorce with things that are important to you, start here, because then she's going to feel like she's getting something, you're going to feel like you're getting something, so that you get to this point. So there's a give and a take, which
Okay,
is
so
why
92-8.
Okay, look, we'll keep working on this.
What would you say, though? What would you say that I should best do to prepare for that mediation?
So first of all, there are lots of different kind of processes that you can go through divorce. It can be mediation, which I'm a huge proponent of. It can be you get an attorney, your spouse gets an attorney, and the attorneys go back and forth, which can be a lot more expensive and time consuming.
Okay.
Or you can go to court, which I want people to avoid at all costs, because, the most enraging thing, if I can bring it back to the pod, about
thank you.
divorce is
amazing.
it's $1 billion industry. And the average cost of a problem-free litigation in the U.S. averages for normies like us at $20,000 a pop, and that's problem free, and nothing ever is. So what I want you to do is, by preparing before that mediation, getting access to all of like the financial information of your life, writing down what your goals and priorities are. You identified that with Victor, and being able to come up with then your what would be a parenting plan, right? How to share custody.
I've got it.
How are
I've
we
got
going to
it.
split ongoing expenses for Victor moving forward? Also, providing your attorney with every statement and tax return over the past 3 to 5 years.
Okay.
These are all things they're going to require of you. But when you do this work in advance of starting that process, you're saving time and money in billable hours. You're educating yourself about what you actually have and what kind of plan you would like going forward. And then you're able to become your own best advocate. And then you get a lot more comfortable. And I want you to write down the questions you have if you can't find certain financial information that maybe your partner is withholding, but you know it exists. You're going to make a list of that.
Okay.
Just so that you, from the get-go, get comfortable with being part of a team. Now, for mediation, good news for you. Mediation can go a lot of different ways. It can be in person. It can be online.
Well, good news. We're going to do it in person.
Let's do it.
Tara,
So we've got
Tara and Tara and I are doing we're doing a mediation. I'm going to let you know right now. I'm going to let you know right now.
I'm coming in.
It's 95.5. That's
What do
what
you
I'm
mean?
putting on the table for Victor Hugo, 95.5.
You get
and
90
that's being generous.
I get him 95% of the time.
Absolutely not. Are we living in the upside down?
Now listen, I just want the people to know that I was sitting off to the side, and what she basically said was, you go high to make me feel welcome. So you would go, I get the cap 15% of the time, meaning you.
I get 85. I get
you,
85.
And then I get all the rest of the time.
You get the vet visits and when I go on vacation.
See how unreasonable she is? But I'm saying, you know what? I would go into it saying, listen, you get 60%, I get 40%, but you get none of my decorations. No, not even one Halloween decoration, not one Christmas decoration. You know, that's thousands of dollars.
I get the ornament.
Can I jump in for a second?
No.
Yes.
Okay.
How are we doing?
Actually, not too bad, but here's what I will tell you. Here's what I would tell you. Use the mediator. The mediator is the kind of the
She's saying we need help.
is the
didn't do it
master of
right.
ceremonies, right?
Okay.
Is the person who is leading the circus. You talk to the mediator about what you want.
Okay.
She's going to talk to the mediator about what she wants, and the mediator is going to say, "Okay, here's what we have on the table."
Okay.
Let them guide the conversation, because things are already at a 9 or a 10 when you walked into mediation.
For sure.
For sure. Well,
And
I was
she
very
knows.
reasonable, and
She
I
knows.
gave you 60%. So let's
I'm
move
just
on.
saying.
You
I'm
have
just
to
saying.
also set reasonable expectations, because I think a lot of people go into the divorce negotiation process and I'm going to make them pay, or I want X amount, but we only actually have Y amount. You know, it's like you have to go in with clarity about what your best case scenario is. Again, get clear on your
Right.
goals and prepare in advance, because the process can be really triggering, and maybe in the middle of it your ego is going to come into play.
Yep.
And it's going to say,
Yep.
I don't care really about the point, I just want to be right. And
Right.
that's why a neutral third party like a mediator
Which
is a
is what
really
you need.
important.
Which is really important
for
with
sure.
kids, whether they're fuzzballs or actual kids. Like,
Yeah.
is this about you winning, or is it in the best interest of the pets or the kids?
Yeah.
And I know it's in the best interest of Victor Hugo to be with me all of the time. Thank you so much. I think we know how this is going to go. We want to play a little game with you
Which
called.
means it's not going to go. Keep it or give it away.
Yes, that's the game. So
It's about prepping for divorce,
Okay.
removing the emotions. As you said, the laws of the estate prevail if you haven't signed up for a prenup. We learned that real quick.
okay, pet, keep it,
or
give
give
it
it
away.
away.
It depends on the attachment, and can you financially afford to
Absolutely.
take care
Okay. Couch.
of give it away.
401k.
Absolutely keep it.
The lake house.
Financial planning, maybe give it away. Like, can you handle that expense on
Good
your own
point.
after divorce? That's why financial planning is so expensive. So important.
I can't because I've got so much to cover for Victor Hugo.
Car.
Vet visits and stuff.
Give it away if necessary.
Vintage wine collection.
That's all her.
I mean, here's the thing: if you have a spouse who has collectibles, the value of those are going to be assessed. Like, you want to actually have a professional come in and give you what the market value is, and
Okay.
that is the asset value. So when you're going through, yes, I would, if it's not mine, I want to give it away. But if you collected all of those fancy bottles of
Right.
wine during our marriage and there's $2,000 worth of wine there, well, $1,000 needs to be equalized.
Here's where you need the prenup. Husband faked having been in the military, okay, to
shit.
impress his wife while they were still dating. Her dad was military. He went to great lengths to continue his lie as the relationship progressed, meaning for years. He wore a military uniform to the
Commit
wedding.
to the bit.
To the wedding, faked timelines in his life about war. Okay. After the wedding was already in, and then I think the wife was like, "We've got to get you a GI loan. Like, we've got to get it," because he was like, "Let's do the education." Then
She sounds smart.
that's when it all falls apart. He can't get it. And it turns out he bought that uniform off of eBay. What do you think she wanted? She wanted a prenup and a postnup, all of it, all the nups.
She wanted all the nups.
Give me all the
All
nups.
the nups.
All the nups.
She wanted a mid nup.
I'm going to tell you, that story makes me and you and Victor Hugo in our fight seem like nothing.
Could you imagine?
God.
Could you imagine
No.
being that deceptive? You know what it's called? It's called stolen valor.
Oh, the name of this story?
Yes.
Or
No,
like,
because
when
you've
you
stolen the
fake
valor
being
of the
military.
soldiers.
When you fake being military.
Exactly.
So
Rude.
completely shocking, and my jaw was on the floor when you told that story. But I'll also say, look, if you are in an intimate relationship with somebody, there had to have been some flags or some shit that you didn't want to talk about
Absolutely.
because you're like, I really just want this relationship to work.
All right, check this one out. I found this on Reddit. So the divorce lawyer told a story of a couple that spent months and months and many tens of thousands of dollars fighting over absolutely everything, all the way down to a single ceramic ashtray. He couldn't remember the significance, but somehow it had come through the husband's family. Even after everything else had been decided, they spent many more months and nearly $100,000 fighting over this ashtray. Then, after a court hearing, the wife finally won the ashtray. She promptly strode out to the courthouse steps and smashed the ceramic ashtray, left the pieces all over for the husband to see on his way out.
I mean, I
it's-
kind of love that.
Think about it, $100,000 to win an ashtray only to smash it in spite. That is
That's
rage.
rage.
y'all.
That's
That
rage.
is
That's, you know what? I'll do it out of spite. I love that.
I know.
Spite will get you I love it.
She probably needs to work in a lot in therapy, but I do love it for our entertainment.
Understood for sure. But what I tell people all the time is, you know, stuff can be replaced, your sanity can't.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
is the cost really worth that experience?
There's this Mormon couple. They had an extreme lack of sex ed, okay? As in they didn't know a thing
Surprising.
about their wedding night. I know, right? Soaking, that's the thing. Oh, God. Okay, their expectation was that they would get married, get naked, lay next to each other on the bed, and God would do like a magic something for the pregnancy to happen. That's what they cuckoo bananas thought. When nothing happened, the dude went out and he got advice from the male friend of what should have been happening, right? And that's literally the moment where he realized like penetration would have to happen. That's the moment from his
That's
friend.
the magic, guys.
They were both so disgusted by the idea. They got the marriage annulled the next day, y'all.
Wait, what?
Okay, I'm
That's
kind of into
wackadoo.
that because you do need to have that intimate component
Yeah.
be a part of your relationship. So good on them for annulling.
Okay, so I don't normally do reality, but there's one show I do watch. Welcome to Plathville, and you
Yes,
watch it.
I do.
These two are getting married. They haven't even kissed.
Haven't even kissed.
Haven't even kissed.
It's terrible.
So
It's
good luck.
terrible. Good luck.
Good luck. Well, Alex, we could talk to you for days and days and days. This has been amazing.
Yeah.
If there was like one message you wanted to leave with people that are maybe considering getting a divorce or they know that they're going to get one and they're about to take that next step.
Invest in educating yourself from the jump. I mean, I want you to be in a position where you're, again, not blowing a shit ton of money if you do end up divorcing, and just start small, right? Because then if you do get to that point, then, you know, you've made time throughout a longer schedule to gather everything that's going to be necessary and educate yourself about the process so you're not going in blind. And that's the most important thing. Like, just information is everything, as that Mormon couple would attest to.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And avoid divorce day.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
And you can get all your information from Alex. She's got a blog and a website, and you have, things that they can purchase for very cheap, under $100. That gives them a whole plan, which is awesome. What's your website?
www.thedivorceplanner.net. And yes, I have so many free resources on my blog. I have digital tools, but also if you just want daily content and to get some little tips and tools, follow me on Instagram.
That's right. Well, we'd love to have you here. Thank you so much. for
Thank you
joining
so
us.
much, Alex.
Thank you. It was
This
so
is
fun.
so fun.
Your info is the best.
And I get to keep the cat.
Okay, we're going to work on this.
Yeah, we'll work on it.
Hey Ragers, we're not done yet. Stay tuned to find out who our cunt of the week is after this commercial break.
Either you're a teenager and you have too much oil, or you're reaching menopause and all you want is oil because you lose it as you age. Fun.
Yep. Finding skincare that works for you is a toughie. Except that we found the unicorn, Neon Hippie. It has 7 mushrooms, it hydrates, it's full of nutrients.
Guess what? You get a discount on Neon Hippie for listening to our podcast, The Rage Pod. Use the code RAGE for 25% off at neonhippie.com. So that was so cool talking to Alex.
Yeah.
And I think one of the overriding benefits of working with her is that you're doing this from a place, like a calmer place.
Yeah.
Because you feel more in control. Like instead of, again, feeling like, oh my God, our relationship's falling apart. I just got either you in a rash moment say, I want to get a divorce, or the other person in a rash moment says, I want to get a divorce. And so I think it can make the process a lot less painful. Like, I didn't know that there's this thing called Divorce Day, which is right after the holidays. It's like in early January.
Oh.
And it's because people kind of have known that they want a divorce, or they're just like at their wit's end, but they make it through.
The holidays.
They make it through the holidays.
Yeah.
And that to me feels like, oh, that's because people aren't setting themselves up and they just kind of like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah.
I got through that shitty Jell-O mold and now we're getting a divorce. You know what I mean?
I love that.
I also think taking your anger and channeling it, I think it's a really good opportunity to take your rage to help get you through it. I had a very good friend years ago who went through a horrible divorce, and I was telling my mom about it in real time when it was happening. And my mom would always later check in and say, how's your friend doing? Is she angry yet?
Yeah.
Is she angry yet? Because as soon as she gets angry, that is going to help push her through to get to the next phase.
Yes,
But you
it
gotta get. I
will.
think what we heard from Alex though is like you get angry, and then let the anger dissipate, and then you get tactical.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because we know, right, when you're doing stuff in mid rage,
You don't want blind rage.
you don't want blind rage.
We are going to get into Cunt of the Week, which is everybody's favorite time because Cunt stands for courageous, unapologetic,
Notorious,
tenable woman, such man, such they, them, such animal, such whatever you want. You said paperweight earlier. I'm with you.
or UFO. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever you want.
Down. Tell the
Okay.
peeps.
Today's cunt of the week is this awesome woman named Camille Zapata. Mm-hmm. And she is Governor Gavin Newsom's social media director. Mm-hmm. And we're going to just walk through why she is all the things that make up cunt of the week.
Yep.
Why is she courageous? Well, she wears a bold necktie, and I'm here for it.
Me too.
She's rocking a velvet, a satin cravat, or ascot.
I prefer ascot. We've had this conversation.
We've had a debate about this. She does not like the word cravat. It makes her uncomfortable.
just am like,
She thinks
what?
it's very,
Who even says that?
very
Cravat.
of yesteryear. She
You're
thinks
wearing
it's
a
very-
cravat. We're
But
not
she's
born
very
in the
fine with
1880s.
ascot. Like ascot's an
fine with ascot.
everyman word.
Ascot is in those, like, when you watch the TV show and they're rich and they got horses and they're like they're in the white tent and they're serving like bee's knees cocktails. They've got an ascot on.
But they're also there's some people wearing a cravat in that scene.
Move on.
Anyway, ascot's
Christ.
usually in crosswords, so I'll give you that. Okay, so she's courageous with her accessories. She also has like these awesome hats that she wears. And she's got a dog named Bear, rocks blue hair.
Hell yeah.
That rhymed. Anyways, unapologetic about the campaign that she's putting out, which is a direct response to Trump's dumb content that he puts out. She doesn't give a shit.
She's so savage.
She's like, we are going for it. We're going to fight fire with fire.
I love it.
And I just heard this recently. I didn't realize that the kind of content that she's putting out has been labeled as dark woke. Have you heard this before?
No.
Well, I have not heard that. Are you going to explain it to me? Because I'll give you what is dark woke. I watched a reel that she was behind. It was amazing. It's Trump going, Newsom. He talks with his hands a lot. It's a lot of hands action. I don't know what's going on
He
there.
does. He really does. It's like air traffic control.
And Trump's people are like in the background. And then there's Trump speaking, and there's a close up on his hand. It literally looks like he has gangrene all over it.
Oh, yeah. No,
I am not joking. It is
his
not
hand
FX.
is dying.
It
If
is
he's
a
not
very
dying,
real
his hand
thing.
is.
It's
Yeah.
purple and it's green, and it covers his whole hand.
Yeah.
And then cut to the other close up where they're covering it with makeup that does not match his skin tone, and they've powdered it on top so that you couldn't see it. It looks like the most awful thing. And I was like, I love this reel. Like, because just don't be a dick. But then if you're a dick, all right, well, here, you asked for it.
I bet makeup artists everywhere are like, oh, what the fuck happened
Like, who's
there?
doing the makeup
Who
on the
did
hand?
that? Never allow them on my set.
Nope.
Yeah, right. No, I know exactly what you're talking about. Guys, if Trump is not dying, his hand definitely is. For sure. Anyways,
It's gnarly.
so yeah, I think that is a good example of dark woke. I can only imagine that it basically means like, hey, we're going to be woke, but we're going to bring some dark comedy to it, and I am here for that.
Me too.
love
Sign me
some
up.
dark
That's
comedy.
like part of the Notorious.
That leads us into notorious. Exactly. So her whole social media strategy is notorious in the best way.
Yeah.
Marie Claire did a whole feature on her. That's how notorious this is. She's basically taken the dumb, like, king-like, what's his name? King-like Napoleon complex that Trump has.
Yeah.
That he puts out in all of his, like, tweets and shit, like, always using caps and referring to himself that clearly he thinks that he's like the fucking king of the world.
Right.
And so just mirrored it by like putting out the same thing but with Gavin Newsom, but clearly it's parody to be like, you're a fucking idiot.
Right.
And so it's like putting his face on a Mount Rushmore image.
Right.
Or making him Jesus.
Yeah.
Like in a painting, and it had like Hulk Hogan and Tucker Carlson and Kid Rock, like just a trilogy of dum-dum.
I love it.
Behind him. But then Gavin Newsom's at the bottom as Jesus. So she's just really like gone for it, you know?
Yeah.
And then puts everything in all caps too, which is like just like, we see you, Trump, and you're dumb, all caps.
Yeah.
And then, also put him on the cover of Time magazine, Gavin Newsom, which is just great.
Oh, I love that.
It's so great.
That's what makes her 10 of a woman.
Yep.
All
yep,
around.
yep.
That's our cunt of the week.
She's that artistic gunslinger. Well, one other thing, 10 of a woman, she leads the next gen of California's women's list.
And if you want to see her work, go to Gavin Newsom's Instagram.
Yes.
That's what I was looking at.
Yes, and
she
X.
does. She's all behind that, and it's great. It's funny stuff. And you know me, Laura. I don't really look at social media. I don't look at news, but like Friendy, Wendy, and Erica were like, please just look at this for us. And I went like, oh my God, it's very funny. It was wildly entertaining. I was on there for a good 5 minutes.
And
I
you
was
were like, no notes.
no notes.
Fucking 10 of a content, 10 of a woman.
I'm with you.
And she was like, she's also a fantastic.
Say her name again.
Camille Zapata.
Yeah, Camille Zapata. Love
And
it.
she's very much championed other Latina creatives, and I think that's really awesome. She's just not afraid to get out there and be like, hey, we're gonna call bullshit, and we're gonna, all boats rise kind of energy together.
Let's fucking go.
So-
LFG.
That's right.
We ride at dawn.
All right, that's our kind of the week.
So follow us at The Rage Pod on Instagram and YouTube, where you can watch full episodes on the old YouTube, but also we're everywhere you find your podcasts. Obviously, Apple, Spotify, all the good things. We love you for joining us. We'll have Friendy Wendy take us out.
All right, guys, deep breath in. 2, 3, rage scream into your pillow.